Bridlington, a veritable jewel of the Yorkshire coast. It's a traditional sort of seaside resort. A fitting location to find a little slice of heaven if you're a collector of things from yesteryear.
Yeah, there's all sorts in here. We've got quirky objects, vintage, antique. We've got scooters, new and old. I had a smaller shop that weren't big enough. Now we've got a bigger shop and basically that's not big enough either.
Peter Marson is the man in charge here.
When people walk in, they think it's a museum. And they'll say, oh, are all these for sale or they're just on show? And I have to say, no, it's a shop. Oh, I thought it were a museum. We would just walk in. I said, no, it's a shop and everything is for sale. So what, are you interested in this?
At the heart of Pete's collection, and the biggest pull for customers, are his bikes.
Probably 35, 38 machines in here. They seem to breed. You come in one day, you've got 30. Come in next day, you've got 32. Come in next day, you've got 38. So I don't know what's happening.
Tomorrow, Pete's expecting a visit from Derek.
I'm hoping he decides to take 10 or 12 items. The price has got to be right at the end of the day. They're not going away for no, I'm not giving them away. We'll see what happens on the day. The one I want to get rid of the most, only because I get more and more attached to it, is the Ducati. That's the one closest to my heart, and if it don't go soon, I think I'm going to take it off sale. So, but I don't want to do that, because again, I've got to make a living. Low mileage on it, and it's a nice little bike. In fact, I'd have this in my house as an ornament.
That'd go down well.
Yeah, it would, and that's why it's here. Don't think I haven't tried.
But there are plenty of other bikes Derek might take a shine to. From Vespers and Lambrettas that would warm the heart of every mod in Britain, to more niche two-wheelers.
We've got the PX, we've got the GP200, the Douglas 125, we've got the Francis Barnett. This is a 1959 150 Villiers engine in that, been restored to an high standard, and it's a lovely little runner.
What's this one up for?
This is up for £3,000.
Think Derek's good and happy with that?
Yeah, very happy with that. The reason to get rid of them is the same as anything else. It's to give me space to get more stuff, rarer stuff, plus I have to make a living. For that to happen, things have got to come and things have got to go. I've won.
So Derek against Pete could be an intriguing encounter.
Do you think Derek's going to be a tough sell tomorrow or not?
I don't know, I think I can handle him if he is. Regarding tough sell, what do you mean? Want him for no?
Well, no, isn't it? You're going to have to put on your best sales pitch.
Oh, yeah. I'm on my best sales pitch all the time anyway. So, yeah, probably met his match.
We're going to Brid. It's an old seaside resort, as people know, an old fishing town, really, but it's got a charm about it. We're going to see Peter, who runs an antique shop, an Emporium by the sounds of it, with a display of motorcycles, scooters, amusement machines and such like. Looks very interesting. He wants to unload a bit of stuff, make a bit of room, bring a bit of cash in and what have you. Now, Peter.
How you going?
How are you?
Derek.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
There's no messing around. These titans of the sales pitch lock horns immediately.
Well, what do you want to move? No, what sort of thing? Little Fanny Barnett?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want me to give you a guide what I think they'll make?
Yeah.
Probably going to do 2,200 to 2,800 quid, something like that.
Yeah.
Give you an idea.
Obviously, 28 would be nice.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Well, Fanny Barnett's only cheap, aren't they? What else then, mate? Tell me.
I've got this.
Nope.
No good.
No good to us. No.
Right.
No.
XT.
Yeah. Best seller in here you got.
250 that one. What do you reckon on that?
3,500 quid.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
Gets a lot of attention, that.
Yeah. Seeing this a bit better now, maybe a little less to be perfectly frank with you. But yeah, I think that's maybe a bit on top of it. I think it'll do 3. I think it might struggle at 3.5, looking like this.
Derek's keen eye looks beyond Pete's extensive motorbike collection.
You know, we sold 1 or 2 bits like this.
Yeah.
For daft money.
Yeah, old fairground.
Mm.
Yeah. So I'm just
What sort of money can you take for that?
That's got to be around 400 quid mark.
Yeah, that would sell. That'll sell, yeah. Yeah, I'd rather have that than the motorbikes. Bikes you can't give away.
No.
And as the pair tour Pete's Emporium, everything is assessed for auction potential.
Pedal car.
I don't know, it's like a home-built thing, isn't it? You know, but it's all right. I mean, it'd probably do 300 or 400 quid, something on that line.
Can't that bring it through then?
Yeah, bring it through, mate. Yeah, we'll do that one, yeah.
But it's not just auction items Derek is looking for. He's a collector in his own right.
It's a nice piece, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a little unusual, that.
You want it?
It's a bit rare, that is. Yeah, what you got to have for that?
What's it on ticket?
20 quid.
Yeah, all right.
165. 165 you got on it. I'll give you 120 quid.
Yeah, all right. Are you checking that now?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just somehow, I don't know what it is, just sort of fancy that, mate. You're right there, mate. I'm the worst salesman in the world, me. I'm a mug, I buy stuff, not sell it.
We buy junk and sell antique.
That's the way, mate, yeah.
With auction space at a premium, Derek's limiting what he's taking.
Them two bits there, and if you want to bring 2 or 3
Couple
bikes...
of bikes, yeah?
Yeah, put them in a van, bring them over.
Right.
Yeah, the XT, while the job's good, the Franny Barnet, which, you know, you could do with getting rid of, I would think, you know. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Do you want me to carry it, or are you all right?
Yeah, I'm a sucker for these. I've got quite a lot of them. I've had a good deal for once.
That was all a bit of a whirlwind, wasn't it?
Yeah, 300 mile an hour, isn't it? Been a good day, hasn't it?
Made a bit of dosh.
Made a bit of dosh. Not a lot, but...
Nice to see you, mate.
Yeah,
nice to have a deal.
Thank you
and,
very much.
I'll see you over at the site on Monday.
Yeah.
Righto.
Yorkshire's answer to the Caribbean. You keep all your Torremolinos and blooming Spain and all the rest of it. What more could you want?
Sun shining, lovely blue sky. Red hot, well, what is it now, 80, 85 degrees?
Not quite that, actually. I'm lying on that one, it's not quite that. It's blooming cold in actual fact, but it's lovely. Bit of wind, gonna take me chips in a minute. Love it, me.
I feel like Crazy Frog. Ding, 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 ding.
Meddling with the memorabilia. While the cat's away, the mice will play.
Oh. Right, can I go?
Yeah. They're making a good job of it, aren't they, being idiots?
I'm just passing time away.
I think he's useless.
Yeah, the difference is I'm in charge, aren't I?
I won't want my kids crossing over him, school crossing.
Hey, up they're going again.
Time we finished here, you'll get used to riding a rally chopper.
I'll tell you what, I've got a carbuncle on my bum.
There, you can go now.
That's it, we're off. Hey up, can't get me left leg up.
Derek's arriving back at base with his Bridlington haul. But it's his own personal purchase that's intriguing questioning minds.
Have you bought this chair?
Oh yeah, leave that.
You would have bought the
And
chair.
it's
What
just
else are you
beautiful.
talking about old chairs?
I got my chair and so £120. I'm not sure. I think I'm up to 15. But I've only got one arse.
I know. He's got a thing about chairs. He's bought another chair.
I can't help it, can I?
They're like picnic baskets. He's got a thing for picnic baskets and chairs. I don't know why.
And every one of them has gone up in value.
Have they?
Yeah. That's me lot then. That's your delivery for today, lads. I might get some more stuff tomorrow. We're a bit short of stock. We're a little bit short of entries, so I might go and pick some more up.
We've only got 3,000 chairs to get through.
And Peter Marson's arrived at Thornton-le-Dale with 2 bikes, one of which, the Francis Barnet, was chosen by Derek.
I think he's picked this because it's a British classic bike. I think we get about £3 grand for it.
How much do you think it'll fetch?
Hopefully about 10.
Hopefully a bit more than that.
Yeah, a certain generation of bloke appeals to them straight away. I just like the style and everything. The engineering of it, so simple but yet effective sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? But everything's got to go eventually, hasn't it?
1,400 and 1,500.
I wish I kept my chopper.
I don't think I'll get a lot for your chopper, Will. I don't know. I'll try, like.
Derek's Bridlington haul is going under the hammer.
Francis Barnett, 150 Plover, Plover, whatever you want to call it, 1958. Nice little machine. Where are you going to be with that then? Now, what a lovely little bike. £1,400 in the way then, 1,600, 16. That's not dear, that's cheap, that bike. £1,700, 1718. All done then, 1,900, 2 grand. All done then, 21. Subject to a phone call, 22. That it? £2,200, 22, submit it.
The offer was accepted, so the Francis Barnett has an appreciative new owner in Len Columbine.
Well, I just like the colour of them, I like the look of them.
It's fair to say Len's no expert on his acquisition.
Well, the only thing I know about it's a 150. This is a 150 two-stroke Plover. That's all. Plover. That's all I know about this one, mate.
And is it Plover or Plover?
Plover.
Plover.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
A British classic of the 50s is on its way, and its rather more racy 80s Japanese stablemate is ready to off-road to a new home.
1980 Yamaha XT250, submitting the best bid from the word go. Where 19, 2, 21, 22, 23, 24, 2004, 25, 2,500, 26. Can't beat an XT, can you? Are you all done then? 2,600, provisionally 2,600.
A price of £3,500 was eventually agreed.
Thank you for your bids at £240. Sold, 240.
With the auction in full swing, amongst the classic vehicles are the bits and bobs that the team have such a passion for.
But number 149 is the Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost Mascot, £150. Oh, that's a nice one, isn't it?
Motoring memorabilia for the trained eye.
Is it wall? Oh, yeah, it's got the bracket on it, ladies and gentlemen. Look, so you can put it on the wall. 170. We know the vendor. Vauxhall Wyvern car mascot. Young Jack at 110 and sold. Third and last time, thank God, at £370. Alan, well, bloody hell. Gee whiz, that was hard, wasn't it, eh?
And amongst the plethora of motoring nostalgia are the 2 fairground seats and the pedal car from Bridlington.
You can just see the wheels buckling at speed.
Head of Health and Safety, Jill, is casting a beady eye over them.
Look at that. Strap to hold the bonnet down, look. I think that was his dad's belt or something. A motorbike, wooden rocking toy. Guaranteed to trap your fingers and somebody will slip off that, won't they, and really hurt themselves. Look at that. Tip that forward, bang your head on there, front teeth out, broken nose. Somebody's going to love it.
£300, then are we all finished then at £300, £400, £400 then all done. Provisional 400. Motorbike wooden rocking toy, where are we going to be on that? £400. £500 bid. At 500 then and 20. 520 sold.
It's good. Somebody will be pleased with that, won't they? Somebody's grandchild's birthday's coming up or something. It's probably my preferred lot is this one out of the 3. We used to have a pedal car. We lived up at a drive on a hill. So you used to like take the pedal car to the top, sit in it, and then go down as fast as you can and like hit the garage doors.
300, 350, 450, £450, 450, 450, 75, 475, provisional only 475, 475.
I think it was too much money, possibly. Sad but true. So Derek valued it at £800 to £900. He obviously had somebody else's glasses on that day.
I think he's wearing them glasses quite frequently.
I think he must be.
Last but not least, and waiting for the right moment, are the stop-go signs.
Well, you can have some fun with these, couldn't you?
Yeah, we have had fun with them.
Traffic jam in Pickering with these, couldn't you? Right, crumbs, not around. 280, 300, £300.
I had great fun with the bike and me and Rennie. I put a crash out on with goggles on, riding up to a chopper bike and he was turning them around.
Have some fun with it, yeah, wherever you are. That'll stop them all moving about. 360, stop them for the day. All done then, £360, 360 provisional.
You want to have an hobby for when you retire from work. You need something to occupy your mind. So I'm trying to get so I'm knowledgeable on how to do things.
In a village near Scarborough, Len Columbine is wallowing in the warm, nostalgic glow of a 1950s motorbike, which last had a home just down the coast in Bridlington.
It's a 1959 Francis Barnett 150 Plover. I don't know anything about motorbikes, to tell you the truth. And I'm just at a basic stage where I want to learn more. All I know is they were from Coventry. Villiers do quite a lot of the engines, and they were known as a really strong engine and a really good frame, solid frame. So you might as well go for something like that, hadn't you? They're lots of power, but not much speed, really. That's the problem. I'll just see if it'll fire. It might do. No, it won't go at the minute. It's got a petrol leak and it just floods straight away.
So what's the plan with the bike?
I'm just going to take it to a few shows. I might ride it round next year. I haven't really made my mind up, to tell you the truth. It's not going anywhere. That's the main thing. Absolutely love it. One of many, I hope. I should be going to see Derek again, get some more. I'll make him some money before he retires.